You ready for 5 extremely solid tax strategies? Hey there, Kenner French with Vast Voice, the media arm of VastSolutionsGroup.com. We're going to be talking about 5 extremely solid tax strategies, mainly for the entrepreneurs. That's our market. We do tax finance and AI, or artificial intelligence, for the entrepreneur. Let's get right into it. 1, tax harvesting. Usually this strategy is implemented near the end of the calendar year, but it can also be done at any time. With tax loss harvesting, no, it's not farming, by the way. You sell holdings that have had a loss position to offset the gains you've experienced from other sales. The asset you sold is then replaced by a similar investment to maintain the portfolio's asset allocation. That's important. Asset allocation is very, very important. It's really responsible for 88 to 92% of the return of a portfolio, generally speaking. Anyway, in its expected risk and return level, it won't restore your losses, but it can definitely ease the pain. That's number 1. Number 2, using long-term gains and a 0% tax rate. For those who fall within the 15% tax bracket, your long-term gains are tax-free, as a matter of fact. So make it a habit to project your taxes to look for tax opportunities every single year as part of your overall strategy. Mr. Entrepreneur or Mrs. Entrepreneur making tax or making IRA contributions, you have until the upcoming tax day to make a Roth or traditional contribution for that tax year, okay? Or plus extensions, by the way. But why put it off? In fact, you could even use your income tax refund to fund it if that is needed. Remember, a Roth creates tax-free income in the future, which is worth its weight in gold. Number 4, using what's called the backdoor Roth. We have a YouTube video on the backdoor Roth. Can go in a little bit more specifics than we can here, but it's worth looking at. Let's go over it just real quickly here. Some people make too much money to contribute to a Roth IRA or Roth IRA, or to take a deduction on a traditional IRA, but you still can make a contribution to a traditional IRA without the deduction and then later convert it to what's called a conversion to a Roth. Now, there's no tax due except now on the growth of the account that you earn between the time of the contribution and the conversion. You hold money in a traditional IRA for a short time only. The growth and the resulting tax should be relatively small overall. Now, what about exploring other vehicles that can defer taxes on dividends, interest, and capital gains? Tax deferral allows you to employ the triple compounding effect, as it's called. It pays interest on the principal, interest on the interest, and interest on the taxes that you would have paid if you were in an investment that was taxed on an ongoing basis, or what's called annually. Now, this year, or really any year for that matter, don't wait till the end of the year to think about making moves that could save you money on your tax return. Get together with your financial advisor or your tax professional as quickly as possible so you can discuss a plan. Now, do it before it's too late. There's no reason to wait until the end of the year. You got to do it before. You got to do an ongoing basis. When we're talking about finance, especially for the entrepreneur, finance and taxes got to be on your plate. You got to be really thinking about it once a quarter. We try to tell our clients, think about it once a quarter, because that way you can prepare for your tax liability. The number one cost for a business, people say it's the employees. Actually, no, it's taxes. I would say employees are an investment. Taxes, it's not an investment, really. It's a charitable thought when you're really thinking about it, because what you're doing is you're giving it to the greater good when you give your tax dollars. So no. It's going to be your number one expense. When I say it, I mean taxes. Do you have any questions about this statement or any other statement or any other of these concepts you've heard on Vast Voice or any other video or audios or what have you, or written word? Please get a hold of us at 888-808-8278 or check us out on the web. We have a host of information out there concerning our abilities and the specifics to some of these qualified plans and other financial specifics for the entrepreneur www.vastsolutionsgroup.com. Thanks for taking about 5 minutes spend with us. Hopefully this has added some value. So please pass it to a friend. Thanks again. Kenner French signing off.